Welcome back, guys. This is the Tightwaddiy, and today I have another product review video for you. I will go ahead and disclose Smartbot did send me this pump for free. They're not paying me for my thoughts. I even told them that if I didn't like the Smartbot pump that I would send it back to them. So let's go ahead and get started today. I'm going to start in my backyard. I have a kiddie pool here full of water, and I'm going to show you some of the features of the Smartbot pump so you can see it clearly. Then we're going to test it out in a koi pond. Let's get started. First thing I want to do is show you the pump itself. It is a fully submersible 1/2 horsepower pump with a 2-inch outlet on the back. It also comes with a 90-degree elbow that you can attach here. And then it comes with adapters for 4 different hose sizes, from standard garden hose all the way up to 1.5 inches. So you can go 2 inches all the way down to standard garden hose. Today I am going to be using a standard garden hose. When we do the koi pond, I'll show you an 1.5 inch attachment as well. But I'm just going to screw that on here, and then I'm going to screw my garden hose onto the threaded portion. And then I'm just going to set it down in the water. It has an auto on and an auto off function. So as long as I have more than a few inches of water, it will automatically start pumping. There's no buttons, no switches on here, and it can go completely underwater.
In order for the Smartbot to work first try every time, you should have it unplugged when you put it in the water and then plug it in after it's submerged.
I'm gonna bring you in closer here. You can see those green eyes lit up. Kind of reminds me of Iron Man with the eyes and the silver head. But the pump is on. You can hear it humming. It's not loud at all. And then you can see the water coming out of the end of the hose. So we could let this drain wherever we need to. This pump solves an issue for me immediately. My kids love these kiddie pools. Not a huge fan of them because if you leave them out more than a couple of days, they get nasty. So you have to fill them up with water and then you have to dump them. And trying to get the water out of these is never simple. I've thought about things like rigging up a valve into the side, but they're so cheap that I know that it's just going to crack and break over time. So this is a great solution for emptying out the kiddie pool once we're done with it. One thing I really like is the auto off function. So if we needed to pump out the pool, but we also needed to go to dinner or leave and run some errands, I can simply leave the pump running. Whenever the water level gets all the way down to the bottom of the pump, it's going to turn off the pump automatically, and it's not going to burn up the motor trying to pump without water flowing through it like a lot of the other pumps do. Another feature of this pump is it will pump while it's on its side as long as it has about 5.5 inches of water. So I can tip it over and it's going to continue pumping until it gets too low for the impeller. So you see the water level just got too low where it's just touching the centerpiece here below that 5.5 inch mark, and it stopped pumping. So if I had more water in here, it would continue pumping even when it's knocked over like this. So let's tip it right side up and let it continue pumping out the pool. And then sticking true to my tightwad theme here, I can even put a hose sprayer on here, and the water coming out of the pool can be used to water plants, and in this case, my garden. You can see it's running straight from the Smartbot pump over here. Another important aspect of submersible pumps is the ability to lift. So I'm now up on my deck, about 15 to 20 feet up. You can see we still have good water pressure coming out with that standard size hose. These types of heights are important when you're pumping out a whole pool, because if you think about the deep end of the pool, still needing to be able to push that water pressure up and out. So my neighbors were kind enough to let me come over to help pump out the water so he can clean the bottom of his pond. Used to have koi. He doesn't have koi in it anymore. He gave them to another neighbor, but today we're going to be using the Smartbot pump to pump out some of the water. Here you'll see us submerging the pump into one of the deeper parts of the pond, and you'll see the bubbles as it's filling up with water. Then once it's done filling with water, I'll plug it in and it will immediately start pumping. So the water is now pumping. We'll get down here and take a look at the lights. They're both still showing green. And I'll take you down to the other end of the hose. See the stream coming out of here? This is just with a standard size garden hose. I switched the adapter so we could connect a 1.5 inch hose instead. Just to show you the difference in the pumping power. We've got a nice strong stream still coming out with the larger hose. So this will pump a lot faster, of course, than the regular size garden hose. We moved it over to the lowest point of the pond where there was some sediment, and it is still pumping it. As long as it's small sediment and just this mucky stuff, it'll still pump it through. This part is sped up to 8 times normal speed. So it just cut off. right as it reached the bottom of the base down there. So the rest of this water can either evaporate or we could get it out with a shop vac. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. It'd be awesome if you'd click that logo in the bottom left-hand corner to subscribe to my channel, and maybe even check out one of my other videos shown on the right. As always, I hope you guys have a great day.